Hello, social media. Welcome to Lakitatsharpe's famous exclusive inspirational channel. I am so happy that you have decided to join me on today. So I welcome you. Hey, you guys, and welcome. So happy that you guys are here on today. So welcome to Lakitatsharpe's famous exclusive inspirational channel, and welcome to one of the greatest shows in the universe. So let us go. Well, first of all, how are you doing today? How's your day going? It is Wednesday night. It is almost Thursday, and it is like May 28th. Yay, yay. And check out my books over at Amazon.com. There are over 100 books for you to choose from. Yes, that's right, exactly. And check out Unstoppable and the Lakitatsharpe success story from struggle to success. So check out both of my life stories. And here you go. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and just talk for a moment. I think a lot of you guys want to hear what I got to say. I'm speaking by faith that you want to hear this, because this is something that we struggle with, all of us, right? Majority of us. Well, today's message is, it's God's plan, not your plan. It was God's plan and not your plans. How many times have you planned something and it did not go the way that you wanted? It did not turn out the way you wanted. It's like, it has been days where I have planned my schedule and it goes a completely different way. I will receive phone calls from my family, and then things happen within my family, so I got to go tend to my family, and just things around me are just happening. And so it's like, my plan did not, it did not go the way that I wanted to go. So I'm like, okay, God, I guess it's your plan. So in my business, I have learned to relinquish, to give up my plans, and know that I have to leave room for God's plans, because at any time He can cancel my plans, and then He can pretty much take over, and He can, do the plans. I mean, his plans will unfold. So how many of you have had plans for your life and it didn't turn out the way that you wanted to turn out, right? You may have planned when you're going to get married. You may have planned when you're going to have a baby. You may have planned when you're going to have a party. You may have planned when you're going to get that car. You may have planned when you're going to get, go to college, whatever the plan may be, start that business, and whatever that plan may be for your life, it may have not gone the way that you wanted to go, correct? So, pretty much it's like God had a plan for you. Because when He designed us, He designed us with a plan in mind. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know my plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a bright future." That is God's plan for you. As we highlight the word plans, for I know my my plans. For I know my plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a bright future. Exactly. So many times we have our own plans, but God has his own plans. For instance, you may have planned to be this. Look at this. You may have planned, this is a unicorn, right? You may have planned to be this. This how you may have planned, right? So you planned your life to look like this. But God planned, look at that. God planned your life to look like this. Look at this. These were your plans. Your little bitty plans. And look at this. And these are God's plans for you to be great, for you to be awesome, for you to be magnificent, for you to be successful in everything you do, for things to go a certain way in your life, for you to be better, for you to be strong, for you to take charge and be one with God. Look at this. In comparison. Look at your plans. So which plans would you rather have? To be this or this? You decide. So sometimes there are plans that, that God has already planned out for us. Okay? And sometimes your day may not go the way you expected. Things might turn out completely different. I know people who said, I had a plan to, as soon as I get out of college, I am going to go and I'm going to move to, Hollywood. I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be a writer. I'm going to be, such and such, but their life turned out to be completely different. Or I wanted to be, I wanted to be a dancer, but unfortunately, maybe they had problems with their leg and they couldn't be the dancer that they wanted to be because then they start having pain in their leg, or things kind of just took off another direction. So sometimes life, we can plan out something, but then life take us to another place and another dimension. So I want you to know that, like I say, if you just learn how to just submit your plans to God. Yes, your life may have turned out a way that maybe you don't like. Maybe it just has went completely different than the way you expect, right? And you're like, wow, this is my life, wild, but this is the way your life turned out. So the only thing we can do now that your life has turned out a certain way, it might not be going in the way that you wanted to go, but it's going in the way that God is going. So it's like, I would say from here on forward, I will go with the flow of the way God is taking me. I will be humble. I will be grateful. And I will begin to make great and awesome and better, wise choices and decisions. So you may have made mistakes plenty of times, but from here on out, you can submit to God's plans, and you can make wiser and greater choices. And when you don't have the wisdom, maybe you don't have the wisdom to, maybe you don't have the wisdom, the wisdom to operate your life in the way that you want it to be operated. That's why we ask for wisdom. Just like King Solomon. King Solomon, he was like, God, I need your help, with this kingdom. I need your help with the kingdom and helping me so I can be able to operate this kingdom for you and to be able to take care of these people. Even Moses in the Bible, he was like, God, I need your help. God, I need your help. Yes, you want me to take care of all these people, but hey, it's too much for me. I need your help. I need you to, I know it's your plan, for me to lead these people out of Israel, but I need some help, Lord. So God blessed him with some help. I can't think who that was. Was that Aaron? But who was with him? Was it I can't think who was that. His brother with him. What's his name? But anyway, whoever was with him, he was like, let me see, who was with Moses when he who was with Moses when he was leading the children to Israel to help him? Aaron. Yeah, I was right. Moses and Aaron. Yes, his brother Aaron was with him. So yeah. So anyway, so yes, God has his plans, and of course you may have your plans, and at the end of the day, God's plans shall unfold. And sometimes God can be really sometimes things can go our way, where he will allow things to go our way. That's why he say pray over your plans. That that your plans succeed, with God. Basically he said only God can make your plans succeed. So that means only God can make your plans succeed. And if he has a plan for you already, when it comes to plans, when God has plans for you, this is the reason why I do what I do. This is the reason why I work my butt off. This is the reason why I write every single day. This is the reason why I won't give up. Because God went through all this trouble for me to be a writer. God went through all this trouble for me to be an artist. And I am not going to, give that up, and to stop pursuing my career because of just because. No matter what I feel like, because it's not right that God has planned all this for us to be something and we do not succeed and go for it. I don't want God to feel like he wastes his time planning, making a whole plan for me, and I do not go with that plan. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, may God will be done for your life. So you have to learn how to accept God's will for your life. This is the way God wants it to be. This is the way that God wants. This is what God wants. This is it. You may have plans to be married, but then God has other plans. You may have plans to be a mom, but God say, I got another route that I want to take you, which is going to be where you're going to be like a mom. Maybe I want you to mother, these children over there to help them out. Maybe, however God is planning, God is planned. So I'm going to put it like this. God has a plan to help you. Whatever the case may be, you may need help with anything, God has the plan to help you. And I am here to say that God is going to be with you every step of the way. Okay? Well, anyway, I'll see you in the next video. We are the chosen ones. We do right. We live right. We make a lot of mistakes, but we are the chosen. We are the chosen ones. See ya.